Split, directed by M. Night Shyamalan, starring James McAvoy, Anya Taylor-Joy, Haley Lu Richardson, and Jessica Sula, is a return to form for the Shamhammer. If you don't know what it's about, it's essentially about a man played by James McAvoy who has 23 different personalities raging inside him, and he has kidnapped 3 girls and he is holding them in a place that is very secret, and, well, the personalities are switching all the time, and the girls have got to figure out a way to get out. And it's wild. Now, going into this movie, I've got to say, I've seen Shyamalan's good movies, namely Signs, Unbreakable, The Sixth Sense. I did kind of like The Village, although it had some problems. But I've also seen his bad movies, like some of the worst movies of all time, like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Actually, that's the only bad movie I've seen of him, because I knew to avoid After Earth and all of the other trash he has put out. Although I hear that last year's The Visit was okay. So, going into this movie, I was a little optimistic. I was like, is he coming back? Because his first 3 films were incredible. And well, guys, the Shamhammer is back, and he's hammering. That was stupid. So let's talk about the positives of Split. Number 1, James McAvoy. Oh my gosh. Okay, you know, he's great as Xavier, and he was Mr. Tumnus in Narnia, and he's been in a lot of good movies, no doubt. But this guy, I swear, you know, it's so early in the year that he probably won't be nominated for an Oscar come the 2017 Oscars. But he should be nominated for one, because this performance is amazing. I mean, I don't think you understand, like, you could really screw this whole performance up. Like, 23 different personalities, that whole gig is incredibly challenging. I mean, I'm not performing, but anyone, I mean, that's like the hardest thing in the world to perform that, and he does it flawlessly. I mean, like, really, he plays, you know, for a portion of the movie, he plays essentially a 9-year-old, and it is hilarious. It is the most accurate depiction of an adult acting like a 9-year-old I've ever seen. Granted, I don't think I've ever seen an adult act like a 9-year-old. I'm gonna stop talking. But yeah, McAvoy, Oscar-worthy, and I have not seen a performance like his in a very long time. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen a performance quite like his. It is really worth something, guys. Another thing I loved about Split was the direction, okay? The Shamhammer is back. He is, okay? The old suspense that he gave us in those original movies is back, and I loved it, okay? He did a good job. Like, he did a good job, and I'm very happy that he's back, because this is a cool movie. And the third thing I loved about Split was the ending. Now, okay, you know, usually in Shyamalan movies there are, you know, twists and that sort of thing, so I'm not going to spoil anything here. But the ending of this movie, it's essentially like, I don't want to say too much, but the very, very last scene, okay, changes your whole kind of view of the movie, because there is something that happens near the end that, as you're watching it, you're like, wow, this is really cheesy, this is really stupid, this is ridiculous. And that's how I was feeling, and I was like, okay, this is really stupid. But that very end scene, okay, changes the whole view of that. It makes it awesome, and it totally works. Now I'm gonna say one more thing, okay, and I'm gonna leave it at that, okay? The twist at the end. If you have seen some of Shyamalan's early movies, like The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs, you will know right away what this twist is, okay? If you haven't, watch those 3 films. Watch some of those earlier films. Just going to say, you know, that's all I'm going to say. And if you decide to not watch those and still go see it, you'll still have a blast. Just make sure to get online and get it straightened out. I mean, you definitely will, because it's a good twist, and you'll be like, why do I not know what's going on? Anyways, that's all I'm gonna say about the ending. Okay, that's it. I have said my piece. Now let's talk about the negatives, because there are some. 2 performances in this movie I was not a fan of, and that was Haley Lu Richardson's performance and Jessica Sula's, okay? Now, they play the friends of Anya Taylor-Joy's character in the movie, and by the way, Anya Taylor-Joy was great, but these 2 performances I thought were not very good. I thought that they overacted. In The Edge of 17, which I thought was a pretty good high school movie, I noticed Haley Lu Richardson's performance as a weakness of that movie, and I also noticed it in this one. I was not impressed. Also, Jessica Sula, I mean, she was okay. It's just they really didn't do much for me, and I'm glad that the movie more focused on Anya Taylor-Joy's character because she's a lot better actress. Also, Betty Buckley's performance was good, but it was also that kind of weird, kind of old lady performance you would expect from a horror thriller where she's kind of kooky, and some of her lines of dialogue were kind of hard to hear, honestly. Wasn't a huge fan of all of the writing, but that's more of a nitpick than the other two performances, which I didn't think were very good. Also, another problem I had with Split is there were a few occurrences, not many to really, ruin the movie, but there were a few occurrences where I was like, wow, that's conveniently stupid of you to do right now. It was just, it was annoying. It just a few occurrences, so it's not that big of a deal, but it did get on my nerves. Probably the last thing I'll say is a negative, and I've kind of mentioned it before, but also, just the writing, most of it was quite good, some of it not. There were some lines where you could clearly tell that it was written instead of spoken whenever it was created, so it's whatever. But guys, even though I have flaws with Split, I really want you to go see it, okay? Because it is thrilling, it's scary at times, and it's a psychological thriller, has a great reveal / twist at the end that you should definitely go see. It is worth your time, and just alone, McAvoy's performance alone is worth seeing. It is astounding. So, without further ado, I will give Split a B+. Anyways, have you seen Split? If so, comment below, tell me what you thought of it. And as always, if you like this video, please like it and subscribe, tell your friends about the channel. And don't talk to the guy with many voices, alright? He's nasty.